Hello, I am Charlie Rockets, and this is my co-host.
I am the Rise of J. Jones, aka J Sauce the Boss, El Presidente Lord Sensei. You already know.
I know that's right. And welcome to the Dirty Closet podcast, where even if your closet is clean, it is dirty today.
Filthy.
Filthy.
Positively
Filthy.
filthy.
Again, I am your host, Charlie Rocket,
Mm.
cosplayer, mom, photographer.
Woo, run down that list. Run down that list.
Model, gorgeous, beauty extraordinaire.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad at it. I respect it. I respect it.
And like I said, I'm here with the Rise of J. Jones, and I am going to start out by asking you how you have been. Let's tell everybody how we've been doing. I know how you've been doing because we live together, but let them know what you've been up to.
Well, you know, I've been pretty good. I can't complain. What I've been doing is I've been a lot of gaming. I got a Switch recently, so shout outs to that. You know, Nintendo knows what it's doing. It definitely knows what it's doing. Been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, which beautiful game, hard but fun, rewarding. Just like, you know, I've been a Zelda person since knee high, so you know it's very fun.
Hey.
Pokemon, get into it. You already know. Shout out to my boy Ash. You know, hold on.
Yes.
Historic run. My boy Ash went on a historic run. My boy is 10 with like 20 years of job experience. He's exactly where all these employers are looking for.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for doing his thing. So I've been playing a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure. A lot to celebrate for Ash this
for
week.
Real. Like, I mean, Ash has got a lot going on.
He finally made it.
My boy's in the history books.
He surely is.
Also been playing a lot of Pokemon, obviously, like we've been talking about, a lot of Mario, things like that. We've been watching a lot of shows.
Yes.
As well.
Actually, today we started a new show that came out this week. We started Velma.
Yeah, we did. Mindy Kaling show, like, you know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much a reboot. So, like, anything you think you know, go ahead.
Yeah,
throw it out the window. It's not valid. It's not valid at all for this show.
Yeah, no, the Velma show is an adult cartoon, and it is by Mindy Kaling, and she also voices Velma, who is a person of color now.
POC, you already know.
Yes, I love a revamp with a person of color. I'm here for that.
Yeah, you already know.
And
shout out to Airmon. She's giving us love down there. And,
I know.
World Premiere Dirty Closet Pals. We love you. Thank you for bringing us aboard.
We're super excited because this is our first episode, and we have been wanting to start a podcast for some time now. And so not only am I super happy that we are able to finally get started, but I'm also really happy because this is a live show.
Yeah, I know it's live. Look, so everything we do, you know, it's unrehearsed. It's just us, just unapologetically either. We got this. This is what we do. And also, I see you seeing is Velma Black. Velma's a POC. She might be Indian, she might be Black, but she definitely is giving representation. It is not the Velma you are used to, and it's a Velma you need to get to know. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, you know, there's a story being told there. You know, it's only 2 episodes in, I believe.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got to give it time to develop. But, you know, it's on the burner. It's cooking. It's cooking.
Right now. Going back to Velma, I really do like it. But I will say I need to give it a little more time. I'm not fully invested yet, but I'm here for it. I'm supporting anything that is supporting diversity, that's supporting women, that kind of thing. But the humor, I feel like, just reminds me of like the earlier 2000s.
Yeah, and it's a little dated. Like,
yeah,
I can 100% see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, no, she's definitely taking like a Clone High type vibe.
Yeah,
and she's giving us a lot of the issues that we wanted to hear about in like 2018 and 19.
Yeah.
And really like driving them home in 2023 when we're all
we already worked through them.
Very much aware. I'm not going to say we worked through them, but I will say we have discussed them a lot.
No, fair enough. I agree with that.
Definitely. But again, so circling back, I'm super excited because this is a live show
and we love y'all.
Going forward, we are going to be recording a majority of our shows. Of course, we're going to have lives here and there. But this being our first one, I'm excited that we get to interact with our audience.
Me too.
Bit.
Yeah.
Something about live shows is very exciting. Probably
there's some electricity in the air, and it's just like one of those things where it's just like you're on a tightrope, you're walking. There's no safety net.
Oh, for sure.
And it's not like we need one. We're professionals.
Right, exactly. And for our first episode, we have a great topic. We want to talk to you guys about Blerd love.
Ooh, yeah, something near and dear to both of our hearts, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that just describes us. But
yeah.
Basically, leading up to this podcast, we asked all of our followers what kind of questions they wanted to ask us for this Blerd Love episode. And of course, the main question that we got from that, and the main question we always get, is how we met.
Oh, yeah, that is a fan favorite.
The two top questions, it's always how we met, and then people always ask how to find Blerd love outside in the dating world,
in the real world, in the IRL, as these kids say.
How do you find it? And so we decided to split those two topics up because there's a lot to be said about that. And we're going to touch on some Blerd dating in our future episodes, but we're going to focus on the Blerd love. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we met. Do you want to?
You going to bring it my way? I feel that.
Do you want to go ahead and start the tale as old as time?
Yeah, I know. Beauty and the fleek over here.
I'm the fleek.
She's the fleek, always on fleek. So honestly, it started out platonically because we were both coming out of relationships. At this time in our lives, we weren't even looking for things, is what I'm gonna say. But I was looking into cosplay. I was trying to find more sides of myself, going to therapy, trying to just figure out who I was as a person. And cosplay was a part of that. So, you go on social media, you look for references and, things that people are already experienced in that you're trying to get into. And lo and behold, I found Charlie Rocket, cosplay. Not just Charlie Rocket, cosplay. And cosplay she did. She had over 200 cosplays at the time. And I mean, they were all varying degrees of just things and anime, fantasy, Disney, like Marvel, DC, all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I hit follow quicker than anything else. And I was quiet for a while, just being a regular like follower on Instagram. But then, I'd see her stories and she would post funny things and she was dancing. And then, as a guitar player, professional guitar player myself, she mentioned one day that she liked 80s rock. And that's where my heart song lives. Like, if anybody knows me, if it's a shreddy, hard rock, thumping, arena rocking kind of a situation, the boy's either playing it, listening to it. So that spoke to me. And I might even, I love a black man in therapy. I agree with that. You know what I mean? Because mental health is what? Mental wealth. Makes you feel better. And everybody should definitely get in on that. And I'm going to let you throw it on to once I platonically hopped in your DMs, what happened from there?
So, he's very correct. We met on Instagram. To be specific about what social media platform. We met on Instagram.
Shout outs to IG.
And it was at the time he was living in Atlanta. I was living here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we were both getting out of relationships, like you said. And I had been single quite some time at that point. But basically on social media, he followed me and I was unaware, me, and I'm not paying attention.
So famous.
I'm so famous. I don't
so big.
No, but
too big to fail.
One day I was doing a Q&A in my stories and somebody asked me what my favorite genre of music was. And so I said 80s rock music, like you said. And what you didn't let everybody know is how you slid into my DMs. He was like, hey, see that you like 80s rock music? Why don't you look at these videos of me playing guitar? And he just sent me like a couple of videos from his page playing guitar. And typically for me, when I get DMs from guys sending me videos, it's normally not great. It's normally not.
Wasn't my experience, but let them tell it.
It's normally not ideal, but it seemed harmless enough, and I do love guitar solos, so I was super hyped to look at it. I was a little nervous because prior to this, I had never really dated, like gone on dates. I had always been in relationships, but I was never really dating. So this was a new phase of my life for me. Yeah. I actually, to be specific, I was separated. I was getting out of a marriage, and I had been separated for about a year at this point, and dating was so foreign to me.
Fair enough. We get that.
It was so foreign to me. But I was trying to utilize this time, for the first time in my life, utilize this time to actually date and have fun and like date different people and not do my normal cycle of jumping into a relationship and trying to find a husband in that and trying to find like a forever person and whoever was
you were just trying
around.
to be, just trying to be young and trying to figure out like who you were versus who you were in a relationship. I get that.
At this point, I'm becoming a single mom again. And I had spent most of my 20s being a mom. There was no adult time for me to try to date.
No, I feel that. Right. Where would that be?
Where would that be? So I guess fast forward, this guy is in my DMs. He's like, look at these videos of me playing guitar. And I'm like, cool. And that he just stopped. Like that was it.
Hold on.
That was it.
I'm going to be completely honest. Y'all think I slid in her DMs trying to be on some other type of time. I really was just trying to impress somebody who then I was like, haha, if I show her I'm good at my thing, maybe she'll give me the time of day to teach me her thing. I thought, I was like, look, I'm so disciplined. You see how hard I worked on my own. So how hard would I work if you showed me?
He was excited to share his skills with people.
I was.
Platonically. And
it really was.
That was quite the change for me.
I mean, because she's a Hottie McHotterson, so like she's so used to just like, oh my God, Charlie Rocket is the unwashed allowed to touch the golden. And I mean, even till this day, I mean, that's kind of what it is, if we're honest.
Not the unwashed.
The unwashed is allowed to touch the golden.
Oh my goodness. Well, it threw me off, basically. It threw me off. I'm like, oh, this guy's not interested. He's just like trying to be my friend. What a weird...
What the fuck, friendship? Do I look like a friend to you?
This says so much about social media and how men approach women, because it's constant and most of it's gross.
And I was trying my best not to be that. And
to the point where when it wasn't gross, I was confused.
She was like, so no interest whatsoever?
So he thinks I'm ugly is what he's trying to say.
Oh, that ugly? Oh my.
He thinks I'm hideous and he doesn't want to talk to me.
You were like, homunculus.
Definitely. I have an abomination over here.
In the front to the Lord, you say. No, I'm sorry. My fault.
No, but after you sent me a bunch of guitar videos, then a while later, you messaged me again. And this time it was asking for cosplay advice. You said you were starting to cosplay, you were new to this, you didn't know where to start, and
that's true.
Unbeknownst to you, I love bringing people into cosplay. I'm quite the oversharer with information. So I sent him multiple paragraphs of information and websites, links. What costume do you want to do? Let me help you plan it out. Here's step by step what you need to do to make this fabulous.
Just a well of knowledge. Like, anything you want to do.
I was ready.
She had a link ready for it, like already.
I was ready. Still platonic though. It was still very platonic.
Thank you for the congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for showing up. Woo, we appreciate it. Sending some love right back at you.
Still very platonic. They're thinking back to these conversations, I'm completely oblivious to flirting. I'm going to just throw that out there right now. I'm completely oblivious unless you are very straightforward, and that speaks to my autism. I I need you to be straightforward, or I don't know what's going on. If you think that I'm going to catch the flirty undertones, you are reduce your expectations to zero. You know,
donut hole. But to be completely honest, she didn't have to worry about that because my game is all Madden, NBA All-Star level. I just 100% am honest because my game is not having. I don't even have to game.
His game is not having game.
I just, you know what it is? I just tell the truth. You know what it is? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I think my parents taught me early on that anything you have to lie for isn't yours in the first place.
Hey,
and so,
I like that.
And so I ran for it. Like, if you gotta lie for it, if you gotta lie to get it, it's not really yours. So, to be completely honest, I just was honest with her. And honestly, it's worked with me, my whole relationship with her. And just, it's kind of like the foundation of what we built. So I didn't have to game her. I didn't have to whatever. I just kept it real with her from the beginning.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Now, what do you think was the turning point that took from platonic to?
All right. I hope y'all are ready to get a little spicy.
It's a whole live show.
Yeah. I hope y'all are ready to get a little. I'm like you. I might take a sip over here, like
No, but what do you think was the turning point?
I know the turning point. So we had a day that I'm going to call the Great Miscommunication. So apparently, unbeknownst to me, she was just playing about, just talking. Like, this is just, like she said earlier, she is not like undertone flirting, doesn't really, that goes completely under the radar. You got to be completely blunt. So we're going back and forth. I feel like we're having a little cute morning. You know how it is when you're in the DMs sending gifts back and forth to each other, just kind of like vibing. And she said a certain sentence. I can't quite remember the words.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Whatever it is, look, she got the binoculars out.
No.
Here's the misunderstanding. Here's the misunderstanding. So let's just say she wanted this. What I thought she wanted, I'm going to say what I thought she wanted was to see a side of me that the world doesn't usually see, you know what I mean? Things like that. And
if any of my family's on here, y'all can just
disclaimer, cover your ears for like the next 2 minutes because it's about to get raunchy, spicy.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad. But so what I thought was she's hit me up like, oh, okay, so what did God bless you with? Like
I didn't. So
she didn't say that.
I don't know.
We didn't. Like, I'm not gonna say she said that. It's hard to say at this point. But
I don't know what was said that made him think that's what was being requested. But I will say you are very, very good about consent.
Oh, for sure. Consent is key with me.
And so when you're confirming that these things are things that are wanted, then that's when I was like, where did he get this from? But then I also was intrigued. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, snap, that's not what I meant. What a horrible miscommunication. Or is it?
Right? So hold on. So to let everybody know, I'm going to set the record straight. I never did anything without consent.
That's
always like, me, not for nothing. Like, you got to be real. You got to be completely honest. You never know what people have gone through in their past. You don't know what they're going through in their present. So, you gotta be chill on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But when the opportunity presents itself, shoot. And you know what? Your boy, I've been known to dunk that thing from time to time. And in this situation, I gotta ask her because I don't want to.
He was like, "Wait, is this so?" The miscommunication,
okay,
whatever it was, happened. Then you're like, "Oh, is this what you're asking for?"
Yeah.
Yes. Then I thinking about this for a moment because that's not what I was asking for. But now, is it? Is it now what I'm asking for?
Yeah.
I then respond with the RuPaul gif of him like picking up the binoculars.
Yeah, I remember this. Oh, do I remember this?
Picking up the binoculars.
And I'm like, all I need to know is this a green light? Like, is this the green light that I need? Because like, it's not camera shy. I'm not camera shy.
Needless to say, we were no longer platonic.
We were not platonic after that. And
no.
I want to know what the gift was after.
We were no longer platonic. We were not official though.
No. To be completely honest.
But we were not.
We were from platonic to whatever she saw to talking. So I need y'all to understand. Platonic sent whatever I sent. I received a specific gift, and then we were talking. So
And also, let me also say, at this time,
yes. Let's
newly dating me, very shy. This was like I received the photo, and I was probably like, ah!
Also to be fair, I think it was a video now that I remember, because I believe I believe there was a mirror involved. Now that I
oh
yeah, it came back to me. It came back to me.
It's okay. Well then, yeah, not platonic anymore is bottom line.
We went platonic. Oh my God, talking. That's what happened.
Talking. But okay, so when the lines were crossed,
indeed.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Lines were crossed. And so then you can't go back to platonic from that, really. But I also, we were both trying really hard to stick to our guns after coming out of these longer relationships.
We honestly were, because where we were at that time, we were both trying to work on ourselves, and we weren't looking for a relationship. We weren't looking for significant others. We were just looking for, I want to say, friendship and fun and just like just an escape. No. She's right though, because but for me, it was like such an escape, and I was just looking for something that wasn't hurtful, to be completely honest. And
I had moved past hurt and was on to
So where she was, so we were in two different stages.
I was in these streets.
I was still. She was in the streets. She was already in the streets. I wasn't quite in the streets yet, but I saw what was in the streets. And I saw her in the streets, and I was like, it was like a Pokemon. I put the Ash Ketchum, I turned the hat to the back, I threw it. But here's the thing, I threw a master ball because I knew what the fuck was up.
Oh my gosh.
I knew what the fuck was up.
Anywho, so because of that, I was very I was very honest and very specific about really where I was in my life. And I was like, look, it's really important to me that I'm just dating people, and I've never just dated around. It's important to me that I make the correct decision in my next relationship. So I'm dating other people right now.
Yeah.
And his response to me.
Do you want me to tell the people?
Go ahead.
All right. So at this point we're talking, but it's just it is what it is. But she keeps it real with me, and I appreciate her, because at every stage of our relationship, always kept it 100% real. Always honest, always transparent. Yeah. Couldn't ask for more than that. She let me know. She said, look, we're talking. I've never dated before. I've never dated around. I've never had multiple people. So I'm as far as people I'm talking to. Yeah. And so she's talking to people, and she let me know that. I was like, cool. Do your thing. Nobody's telling you to not do that. You always told me that was what's up.
Right.
But what I let her know was, you're it. I'm going to be completely honest. I was talking to other people. I met you. This is what I want. So when you're done talking to other people and getting that out your system, I'll be right here. So finish talking to them. I'm not even telling you to stop. But once you realize that that's not it, and that this is what you need to be doing, come back to me. And that's pretty much all I said.
Let me tell you, the statement alone was enough to drop everyone.
I'm just saying, they can't compete where they can't compare.
The amount of people I told that statement to, I'm just like, oh, and he said, oh, that's cool. keep talking to those people, but when you're done, come see about me. Let me tell you the hottest thing ever. Like,
I mean, but it was my truth.
Ooh,
like I literally felt that you were for me, and like what's for you can't be for anybody else. So I was like, when you're done playing and doing whatever it is, I'm gonna let you know that I'm done with whoever else. Like, it's cool. Like, I'll just be chilling here. You know how like Thanos was waiting for the smoke and for the Avengers to show up, and he was just kind of like, because he knew it was coming. Yeah, exactly. He said, "Where did that lead you? Back to me." So it's cool. Like when you know that that's the case, just do your thing, because like whenever I finally do get my chance, I'm not gonna mess it up. I wasn't gonna mess it up, and I didn't.
That's the most polite way to say "F around and find out."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, no, it is what it is. Facts. Like, do your thing, have your fun, because you told me what it was, and I respected it. There's nothing sexier than the truth, and the only thing she's ever been in this whole relationship is a truth teller. Like, she's always told me where she was, where her head is at, where her mind is at, where her heart is at. And like, I can do with that what I will, and vice versa. Like, I've always been very transparent about how I'm feeling, where I'm at. And with someone like that, you just like, you feel comfortable because, she's been rock solid, and that's just allowed us to move however we wanted to.
One thing I would say about you, like even beyond the honesty part, is that no matter what, you're always the same.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be this. Like what y'all see on this podcast.
Guitar,
if you meet me in real life, this is what you get. Like, it doesn't matter what setting you meet me in. I'm just gonna be this. I'm pretty much this all the time.
Yeah, that's hard to say about a lot of people, because I know that with cosplay, Charlie Rocket is a persona. You know what I mean?
I get that.
And it's not far off from my actual personality or anything like that. But, I try and display myself as very positive all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm always available for people and things like that. That's not a realistic, it's not a realistic person or like way to live. But that's something that I do want to bring to cosplay, and that I do want to bring to the people I meet at conventions and things like that.
I feel that.
But that's not me all the time. And it's so wild for me to watch you, because you are constantly the same person. And like, I've never met somebody who was more genuine and more honest about who they were. Like,
it's just
from day one.
I don't know. Like, since day one, I don't know what to do it or what to attribute it to. It's just like, it's the easiest way for me to live my life. If I'm the same way with everybody, I don't have to switch up. I don't have to like try and remember anything. I don't have to whatever. It's just, if you know me, you're like, yep, that's JJ.
So here's something I want to know. What was the outside opinion like from other people when we first started dating?
Ooh, okay. Okay. So shimmy out, y'all. Listen to me. So your boy's just coming out of a marriage that didn't work out for whatever reasons. I'm going to therapy. I'm talking to my therapist, and she's like, work on you, which I am. I'm doing everything I can. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to therapy. I'm doing yoga. I'm like meditating. I'm trying to figure out my life. And cosplay was a part of that. Like, I'm going to rock shows because like I'm a guitar player and I want to be like-minded people and be around that energy. But I found cosplay, and I had put I'm going to say nerdiness side of me, a part of my life, just away from me for so long that when it came back full force. It was like a tidal wave. You know how like the further out the water comes from shore, when it finally comes back, it's like, so I'm like fully like immersed in it. And I want to be a cosplayer. So I'm online with it. I'm like, cosplay. And where do I look at online most of the time? Instagram. I type in the word cosplay, and Charlie Rocket, which is synonymous with cosplay, whether she wants to admit it or not, pops up. And, I see this beautiful lady who is deciding to do all these different can I get a little, we'll take a pause for that flex.
What?
Woo! But yeah, she's doing her cosplay thing, and I'm impressed. I'm beyond impressed. Like, it's wild. So then we get past our platonic stage, and we've already talked about, whatever the case may be. And so, now we're talking. So, me personally, like she said, I'm the same all the time. So whether I'm talking to somebody, whether it's official, you'll know where I'm at. Because if you ask me how my day's going, I'm like, oh, you know what I did? So there's this girl. They're like, okay, JJ, you're rebounding in North Carolina. They're like, okay, we still listening. And she's got kids, and they're like, oh, JJ, this isn't what we were expecting you to say. And I'm like, and I think I'm in love. And you're like, oh no, bro, bro, what the fuck? Like,
let me tell you,
this is the complete opposite of what we expect you to say.
So many bad things people think come with dating a woman who have kids. Rude. Yeah, all y'all are rude.
And guess what?
Immediately
yeah. So here's my thing to all you young kings out here, and to all you people who are really trying to push for something that you feel. None of that matters. Like, at the end of the day, love is love. Like, if you love somebody and you're willing to do the work, and hear me out, the work, not the play. Like, you can play with anybody, and I guess it is harder to play with people who have real life things going on. But like, love, like, if you're really trying to be with somebody, love is love. And you get old enough, circumstances happen. You live long enough, like, for all these young people who I'm sure are watching this, keep living. Just keep living. And you'll see that circumstances aren't as black and white as you think they are. And to this day, one of the best situations. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I couldn't ask for better at this point. But at that point, people were all like, oh my God, JJ, like, you're single, like, you got this good job per se. You're in Atlanta. Like, there's all these viable situations. Why would you do this? Simple. None of those people resonated on the level that she resonated with. Like, she spoke to my soul. Like, you'll see tons of people who are eye candy. Yeah. She is also eye candy, but she was soul food. Like, she made me feel nourished inside. Ooh. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it real with you. So, like, I could keep playing around in the streets and just, like, keep doing whatever. Or I could, like, bank on something. Because worst case scenario, what am I, back in the streets? Like, yeah, that's where I was to start with. So, like, you got to really take a chance. But also, you got to have your own mind. Like, you got to be really, like, 10 toes down. And, like, if you know that something's right for you, don't let people talk you out of it. Do you know how many people have been talked out of their dreams by people who have none? Listen to what I said. Ooh. Listen to what I said right now. There's a lot of people who've been talked out of their own dreams by people who have absolutely none or no idea what they're doing.
I like that.
So for me, I just had to follow my own mind and I had to follow my own heart because I knew what it was. Like, if she had kids, then I guess that was what was meant to be, because that's who made her who I was falling in love with and who I was interested in and who I wanted to get to know. It wasn't just a piece of her. It was everything that came with her. And a part of that was the mom part. So, that's kind of what I was met with. But, like, also on the other side of that, I want to know what you were met with, because I already know it wasn't the easiest thing in the world.
So I know you're talking about making sure that you go with what you know is right in your heart. And you and I, we formed such a connection very early on. And I feel like our feelings moved very, very quickly. And it was alarming, No,
to say the least.
Scary, quite scary. And I knew what it sounded like to say that, like, so I had been separated for over a year at this point, but people are very, very extra when it comes to women who are getting divorced, or who are moms, or this, that, and other. When it comes to dating, when it comes to your own body, when it comes to, like, all these other things. So I'm used to there being a lot of scrutiny already. And because of that, I didn't really tell many people at all about you.
I mean, that makes sense, though.
I know myself, and the people closest to me is my family. And so when I tell my family things and they give me their advice, I really take that to heart. And I can't help but hear it play in my head over and over. Yeah. And so I knew exactly what this sounded like. I'm now somebody who's separated from her husband, who has 2 kids, and I'm dating a guy who I just met on the internet, who lives in Atlanta.
Boy, say that again. That sounds crazy on paper.
It sounds like a setup. And I knew it sounded like a setup, and I didn't want to have the voices in my ear saying it's a setup. You know what I mean? I wanted to wait until I was so sure that nothing else was going to sway.
Hey, and my secret lover. Hey,
exactly. It
that's
was
what
very
we
much
are.
a secret. But let me tell you something. Dishonesty and secrets are very hard for me.
For both of us.
Yeah.
Because not for nothing, like, it's so hard for me not to tell the truth. Like,
yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, if I just keep it 100 with you, what do I have to like, who are you? You're not my mom. You're not my dad.
Right. And so I was keeping this secret for my own personal, like, growth and well-being. I was keeping this secret because you, as a woman, you never know with your exes how they act.
You gotta move in the way that you protect yourself. Like,
I have kids. I have all this stuff. Like, I didn't need anything falling apart because I was trying to find love and comfort. That's not what I needed from the world. And so when we first met in person, is what I always think about when I'm thinking about other people's opinions, because for a woman, it's very scary to meet somebody that you know from online, on the internet.
I gather that.
It's very scary to meet anybody for the first time by yourself. And on top of that, you were coming from Atlanta to meet up with me for a weekend. We had already been talking for so long. And for safety purposes, I surely did reach out to my sister.
Oh, for sure.
I didn't tell them everything. What I told them was, this is the location of where I will be. And I don't need y'all to ask questions. And they understood the assignment.
And what's hilarious,
women understand the assignment.
And what's hilarious, as a grown man, I had to say absolutely nothing to no one.
Nothing to nobody.
I just got in my car and I was like, guess I'm going to North Carolina, I guess.
Yeah. So outside opinion didn't play a big role at the beginning for me. But how was that first trip to North Carolina?
Well, let's start off from the fact that, like, you know, with anything, you don't know what it is until you get there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting in the car, I'm getting ready, I'm gassed up. You know, I got the snacks, I got music, I'm ready. And I'm thinking about this, 6.5 hour drive, which is nothing really. And like what I always used to tell her at the beginning of our relationship is, look, 6.5 hours is nothing. Every morning we wake up, if you got a job, you go there, you're giving them at least 8 hours, right? So you mean to tell me you ain't got less than a shift's worth of like effort, like to really go see your person? 6.5 hours means you got off of work early. That's like you went to work and it was a short day. Ain't nothing for me to pull up on you. I can do that. That's nothing that's not an excuse for me not to come see you. So, I'm getting ready to do this drive. It's nothing. I'm listening to some music, a little bit of podcast, talk to her a little bit. And then, next thing you know, I'm there. But on the way there, of course, you get nervous because you're like, man, like, this is the first time I'm meeting them. This is the first time they're seeing me. Like, online it's one thing, but what if they see me and I'm not what they think? Or like, and then obviously, I'm not going to lie, I'm self-conscious. My brain is like, even though I'm tall or whatever the case may be, like my body fluctuates. I'm like, what if I'm not what she likes, or what is this, that, and the third? But at the same time, I'm still on that road though. I'm still driving like, shit, this shit look, shit. Find out. We finna fuck around today. And what? Find out. So, I pull up and, we decided to meet at the Starbucks. It's really close to our house and whatnot. And, I'm feeling good. I'm a little tired though, because I had just worked the night before and then got off and like took like a quick nap and then got right on the road because your boy don't play no games. I had maximum effort. I was like, I got to be to work on Monday, but we gonna maximize this time. I said, I only need like 2 hours of sleep. Get on the road. I see her. And then like I remember parking the car and she told me she's walking up. I get out the car and I'm like, I wonder where she is. I'm like scanning around. And then my eyes like lock on her. And I'm like, because I'm like, it's real. It's like really real. And she's like walking up to me and I'm just like, you got this. Stay confident. And I look at her and she does not look like she's with it at that exact moment.
I didn't.
She did not. She did not look like.
Yo, okay. So looking back, hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
This is a time of our life where I also was unaware of my neurodivergence. Okay.
Understandable. No, understandable.
Fully unaware of this autism that I've had this entire time. And now I know that this was a day full of change and a lot of things, a lot of different stimulus that was not good. It was not good.
Oh, and I was just having my way with the shits. I didn't know.
And he's chilling.
I didn't know.
And I'm over here like, like, oh gosh, it's a new person. And this person immediately, like, even though we've been talking online for so long, there's such a difference between the online relationship and the in-person relationship.
And that is true.
And I need a shift. You know, like I need time for the shift. And he's already like exactly where he was on the internet. Yeah. He's like, show up, big hug, like all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa, no, touch.
Yeah. No. Yeah, like she says, for better or worse, whoever you get online is who you get in real life. Like Young Dolph said, baby, what you see is what you get.
What I imagined would happen was not at all what would happen. I was like hyping myself up. You're going to be just like all the other girls, and you're going to like run up and jump on him and give him a big hug. And then I saw him and I froze.
You froze? I never freeze. Oh my goodness.
I was like, oh God, no.
I was like, it was challenge day.
Right. No, it was complete opposite. I was very happy he was there, but my social anxiety was through the roof. I sat there at Starbucks, like twiddling my thumbs and like freaking out and like telling myself to calm down because he's going to think that you don't like him and you're not going to be able to explain why you're acting like this. And but
I was keeping conversation going and I was trying to be like really polite and calm and like I tried to make it fun and she seemed like she was kind of going for it, but also like almost like, ooh, maybe I messed up. And for a part of it, I was like, oh man, I drove 6.5 hours for her to be like, it's a no for me, dog.
But let me tell you, I'm so grateful for your patience because that's really what got us through.
Oh, which you deserve though. Because
the whole thing.
Like not for nothing. I understood that she was coming from no problem. I understood she was coming from a situation where maybe she wasn't given such things. And I could see her willingness to want to try. She was trying to meet me, and I could see that. And that's all I needed. All I needed was that reassurance that like I wasn't bothering you or that this wasn't like a waste of your time. And she gave me that from the beginning. It was just kind of like, you know, like she said, I think, you know what it was? I feel like I was more of a dog energy and she was more of a cat. Like I came up and I was like, oh yeah, oh you got snacks, you got tricks. I'm so happy with her. And she was just like, she's like, hey, you know how cats, if they don't want you to pet them, their back sinks in a little bit. They're like, hey, don't touch me yet.
Right. So wait a minute.
Whoa, who is you?
Exactly.
But then, you know, we took our time, you know, and we went to a couple different locations.
Yeah, we went out for brunch at one of my favorite places that's now closed, but it was
The Truth is Key. We're 100% right on that.
But we went to brunch there and we saw Captain Marvel. That was when Captain Marvel came out.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
We went and saw Captain Marvel. I got my whole life. They were playing so much like feminist music in that movie that I like felt pumped up. And I was like, yeah. Then we got awesome Chinese food.
We did.
Then we went back to the room.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. So I'm gonna let you preface.
I didn't say.
No. Since look, I was gonna expound upon more of what we did when we were out, but since we're back at the room now, so I'm gonna let you start it off, and then I will lead in.
What do I want to say? Okay, so
what won't you say?
There's. Oh no. I feel like
What do you feel like? I need to look. Inquiring minds want to know.
Insert mind blown emoji here, I guess.
All right. Do you want me to set the stage then? I can do this.
Go ahead.
All right. So we went to go eat Chinese food. That was fun. We went to go see Captain Marvel, which great movie at the time, and it brought us a lot closer because at this point we had gone to Starbucks, we had went to brunch, and then somehow brunch led to lunch, which then led to a movie. But like we're just enjoying each other's company. But then we finally get back to the hotel room. And to preface this, we had been talking pretty spicy in the DMs, pretty spicy. Once again. Family members, if you're listening, time to go ahead, go to the bathroom.
Go ahead and put those earmuffs on.
Go do something else. Don't listen to this part. So we finally get back to the room, and like she said, anything I say I am, I'm that in real life. So I told her some things in the DMs that I would do and/or perform or be about. And the second that door closed, I mean,
he was about that life.
I was about that life. Like anything that run up, get done up if I say so. And it was that.
I'm very much a writer, and I like to flirt. I am a Sagittarius. I was on my Sagittarius grind.
She was definitely a spicy.
Back in my day.
Oh, don't do that, youngin. Look at her. Wait. She said back in her days. Look at her.
Yeah, I was definitely on my Sagittarius flirty grind. So like I like to write. I like the DMs. I like the spicy DMs. Yeah. They're fun for me.
Oh yeah, they're real fun.
Oh great. And it's just fan fiction to me because the amount of times it doesn't add up to what's in person is so many.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Many that like it's just a fun little story I'm telling. No need to ever believe it. I should have believed it. I should have. I was preparing myself for the visit socially. I didn't prepare myself for the visit sexually. Because when do you normally have to do that? I mean, I guess
when you deal with me, like I don't know what else to tell you. I said some things, and then whatever I said, I meant, and I did.
Flabbergasted. That's what I'm gonna say. I was flabbergasted.
But hold on. I don't want to lie to y'all. This wasn't a one-sided affair. Everything that she said she was that, and then a million times over. I mean, if I had to use like a famous like TikTok or whatever right now, and they'd be like, "Oh my Lord, a snapping turtle." Snapping turtle. Not a turtle, a turtle.
I'm snapping turtle.
But yeah.
Anyways, needless to say, we had a blast.
Great weekend. It was an amazing.
We had a lovely weekend.
It was a top tier weekend.
The first night, there was a lot of like nerves and a lot of like.
And to be completely honest, she ended up cosplaying Captain Marvel for a whole birthday party later on that weekend. But she was Captain Marvel way before she put that costume on. She was already Captain Marvel. Some of the things that happened and transpired led to like a relationship way long down the road. So I mean, I want to clap it up for past us.
Hey,
for showing out. Both of us fucked around, right. And what did we do?
We found out. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
No, but quite like I really do believe that it was because of the connection as well.
Oh yeah, no, we spent our time. Our foundation is love. Like at the end of the day, we have fun, we joke, we play games, we do whatever else. But there's love and there's trust and there's communication. I would say that those three things are the pillars of our relationship. Like
that first day, we had a lot of nerves and there was a lot of like weird miscommunication. But like by the end of the night, I was trying to get you to watch A Family That Prays, and just so that I could show you
one scene
backhanded Sanaa Latham across.
She went over the little
right over the thing.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to show you, and you fell asleep right before it. But you were like so cute. I didn't want to wake you up, and you're like sleeping in my arms.
I appreciate you for even giving.
And we had like Taco Bell and stuff like that.
Oh, and
like,
pizza.
wow.
I remember we had
so much food. It was a smorgasbord. And I remember just feeling so comfortable in that situation, whereas in the past I felt so awkward. Like, so do I leave? Like, you know what I mean?
Do I leave?
Like, so do I push this dude?
It was one of those situations where, like, even when we were just laying down, it felt natural. And one thing we still say to this day with our relationship is we feel like puzzle pieces. Puzzle.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I was waiting to hear what the rest was. I was you feel like fuzzle what?
Fuzzle. No, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. No, we felt like puzzle pieces to each other. Like, we just always fit together, and just like even when we cuddle, it's like our bodies were just made for each other. And like, I'm so happy the trip went the way it did. I got to see so many sides of you, because I even got to see her as a cosplayer at a birthday party, and I took some of the pictures. Like, that was my very first time. And then we went to a con. All of it happened.
I chose a weekend where I had so much to do, so he kind of got to see all sides of Charlie Rocket, as well as just myself outside of cosplay. Yeah. We had fun seeing Captain Marvel. Then I was Captain Marvel for a birthday party. And then we went to a convention, which was his first convention.
My first con ever.
Where I was a guest, and I was bringing him along just to kind of see what that is like and see what kind of opportunities he might want to.
Like, so what she's trying to say is she blew my mind. She showed up as a professional cosplayer, and after I laid it down as I should, she was like, "Oh, how do I lock this down?" She said, "Let me show him who I am." And then she showed me around her world, and she's like, "I'm kind of a big deal." And then the next thing I know, I'm moving to North Carolina, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't change anything. Like, I mean, what a well-written story. Shout outs to you, Charlie Rocket. Shout outs to us. Yeah.
But that, in a nutshell, that is our story. That's basically how we met.
I think we might have a few questions.
We do. Yeah. We asked our viewers and our fans if they had any questions for us. Some of them were a little spicy.
Oh, you know what? Look, hold on. We like the spice.
Some of them a little spicy, but we have a couple minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask a couple of them.
For sure.
Let's see here. The first one from our friend Cam is, what is our favorite cosplay to do together? I know what mine is.
All right, I want to hear yours since you say you know.
For nostalgic reasons, Woody
and Bo Peep. I knew what it was about to be.
Woody and Bo Peep.
That, can I be honest? That is also my answer. When I think about our first Blerd Con, and this was kind of our grand, like, coming out as a couple kind of a con, and kind of like, look, this is our new life. We're in our new phase. And we got stopped every other 10 steps. I feel like it was almost like Pokemon in the tall grass. No.
You got stopped. Yeah. Everybody wanted to say, "Hey, Woody,
there's a snake in my boot.
Hey, Woody,
someone's poisoned the water hole." But like, we did
people were hype about Woody, and
but also together,
people
we took the most iconic picture of BlerdCon together. Though,
okay,
did we not?
That's true. Some people would ask me, "Are you little Bo Peep? What's that about?"
Oh, I'm not even trying to hear it. But even the video of BlerdCon was her reeling me in with her staff. She's like, "Ooh, I think you better get your man. I think you want to be way more than
one of my favorite cosplay moments with you, by far. Definitely one of my favorite outfits. Yeah. One of the only dresses that I have.
Can I tell you something? The best Bo Peep I've ever seen in my life, though.
Like, that's because I'm probably the only Bo Peep you've seen in real life. But
see, semantics.
The next question we have: how many exes do you have?
Adult ones, like since I've been an adult, or just my whole
life. We're in our 30s now.
Yeah.
Do you even count high school exes?
No. For what? Like, I've had a couple real adult relationships. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't know what I was doing back then. Like, do you even count me? I hope they don't count me. Like, you know what I mean? I was a child.
Don't tell stories about me.
You want to tell something I did pre-17, 18? That's weird. But
you're a weirdo.
Yeah. To be completely honest, maybe I've had a few adult relationships. Obviously, I was married before, so things have gotten serious. But to say that I spend time on my exes at this point would be a complete lie. So the number is just irrelevant. Like I have a bunch of irrelevant exes, not to say that they are irrelevant, but just to say that they are irrelevant in my life. So
which is the same thing.
So,
no, I'm just kidding.
So like, you know what I mean? I mean, you know, the fact that they fumbled the bag that is Jay Jones the Flair.
I know.
I mean,
how did they do it?
Jay Sauce the boss. How'd you let this go? That's wild.
Yikes.
But you know, where
better
you,
for me.
Where you fucked up, she lucked up.
You're trying to start fights.
I hope they're not. To be completely honest, I hope none of my exes are watching this because why? Move on with your life. It's too late. Like do better for yourself. I want the best for you, but I'm not it.
Think we're nice.
Yeah, but also Charlie Rocket. Wow, I'm gonna be completely honest. You want to talk about lucking up? I 100% am happy that everybody who fumbled the bag did so because I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth.
I got another question for you. Last question.
Last question.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Very final question. Here's a spicy one because everybody says we need to have spice on here. Okay. Somebody said, "Are you swingers or are you interested in swinging?"
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go.
I feel like this is a question that needs more than the.
Yeah, this needs more than the time that we have left. But to be completely honest, I'll say that we are 100% happy with each other. We are 100% in love with each other. The love portion of our relationship is 100% filled. We're not taking applications for that. As far as the fun portions of things, and you know how they say fuck around and find out? You know, if you read the right requirements, you know, you might just find out. I'm gonna say we dabble. Would you agree that we dabble?
We dabble. We dip and dabble.
So love closed off. We have enough love. Fun. We dabble in fun.
Here's the thing.
And I'm gonna let her expound a little bit upon that. Like I'll let you do
Here's the thing. When we started our relationship, and I'm going to make this fast so that we don't take up too much time. When we started our relationship, we were in a completely different place.
We were.
Me personally, I was in a place where I wasn't even, I am now a bisexual woman. I was not even in the closet. I was just, unbeknownst to me,
the closet didn't exist. She wasn't in the closet. It's just
not even a fully developed bisexual woman. I didn't even know it was there. So when quarantine comes around and I'm telling him this might be something that's going on with me, we want to make sure that there's opportunity for me to explore who I am without judgment, but also we want that both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not in that we're separately doing anything.
No. So here it is. We're serial monogamous. Like both of us, we've been in relationships our whole career. That's what we do. We don't even know what it's like to really play the field like that. But we also understand that this is forever, that we're our forever people. So it's more like we're our forever people kind of playing the field together, but not for love. We got everything we want. So if you think about a video game, we beat the main quest. We beat the main story. We're just out here doing side missions. We're just doing side missions. And if you know your side mission is called upon, you'll know. It's called upon. You'll know.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know what else to say about it.
I don't know. They feel well. But anyways.
But I mean, in conclusion,
thank you everybody for joining us in our dirty closet.
Oh, our very dirty, our filthy fucking closet. I love it.
We are so happy that you guys joined us. So happy to have such great commentary, and also so happy to be a part of this
world-breaking world podcast. We doing it. You see us. We lit.